Greg Afarian here, gregafarian.com and Virtual Media Realty, your realtor in the Merrimack Valley, Greater Boston, the Andovers, Essex County. How you doing? Hope you're well. Doing my market report, May 10th through, what's today, the 14th? It's been quite a week, actually. Stock market has been really volatile, and it reminds me a lot of 2003, where the market was just so volatile, and if you watched it every day, you'd actually get sick and have an ulcer. So if you're in the market, just hold on to your seat. It's been pretty volatile. Right now, market is down 200, 10,584. Pretty volatile because of a lot of things. The European bailout, this whole thing with Greece, questions whether or not it's going to spread to other countries. A lot of people doubting any recovery with the recession, and now people are coming out of the woodwork and saying that we might have a double dip recession, which it's possible and could be that way, and the housing market, questions whether or not the recovery is real in the housing market. So a lot of questions. Gold has hit a record $1,249.70 an ounce on Wednesday. It was a record close. Right now, gold is down a little bit, $1,227 an ounce. Oil, surprisingly, has been down, and it's down again today, which is good. About a little bit more than 250 to 71.48. So, and I was surprised, actually, oil has gone down because of the problems in the Gulf. The reason why oil is down is because weak economy. If it is a weak economy, oil is going to continue to go down. I'm under the impression that things are going to get better. Exactly when, not really sure, but 12 months out, I think we're going to be better off than where we are today. And I would say that oil is going to be pushing 100 sometime soon in the next 12 months, I would say. Retail sales came out. Retail sales for April were up 0.4%. And retail sales measures consumer spending. And it's a pretty good gauge on how people are spending in the malls and in department stores and so forth. When you figure out the core sales, which excludes auto, gas, and building materials, it actually fell 0.2%. So, and that was the biggest decline in a year. So, that will give us an idea how the GDP is doing, the gross domestic product. But I would say that, it's really hard at this point. I mean, again, these are lagging indicators. We did have an early Easter, which could affect these numbers. So I would say, we'll see what happens the next month, because now you're talking, there's no more home buyer tax credit out there. A lot of artificial incentives to inflate those numbers. So we'll see what happens. Consumer sentiment did rise in May to 73.3 from last month's April reading of 72.2. And a lot of people are saying that luxury spending is back, and that luxury items, it's been increasing. So we'll have to see. I mean, in a recession, the rich only get richer. So I mean, that's the time to be buying stocks and real estate. So it's no wonder that now that things have recovered slightly, that luxury spending would be up, if you ask me. 30-year fixed rates fell this week, and with the market being so volatile last week and that significant drop, it only makes sense. 30-year average fell to 4.96% from last week's 5.02%, and the 15-year also fell to 4.32%. And that makes sense to me. When rates Rates usually get better when the stock market is doing poorly. Purchase applications fell this past week 9.5%. And the word on the street is that the homebuyer tax credit that expired 2 weeks ago is already affecting the housing market. What I did find interesting was that foreclosure filings were down 9% in April, and repossessions, bank repos, were up 45% from a year ago. That's a pretty big number. So we'll really have to see what happens with the homebuyer tax credit now expired. It's it's really going to be a huge question. I mean, whether or not the market really embraces everything. These programs, these incentive-based programs, when they go away, what happens after? I'm always a big advocate of the housing market. I think you can gauge a lot with that. And if you don't have a strong housing market, the rest of the economy really falls beside it. Just to keep an eye on are, any new terrorist plots. They had that terrorist bomber in New York City that they caught him. But these are things that can impact the market. European bailout, that's really another problem. I mean, if it spreads, how that's going to affect things, and the housing market. So we'll see what happens. Stocks to watch. I mean, I would like to say, again, transportation stocks, if this is a real recovery, get into some transportation stocks. But with all this problem with the oil spill, I would say, it might be a good opportunity to get into some of those stocks that, really been hit hard because of this. It's too bad what happened. But, the flip side is that when this all does get cleared up, there could be an opportunity there. Yeah, let me know, if you need anything, if you have any questions, if you want to check out listings on our site, virtualmediarealty.com. You could do that. You don't have to log in or anything. I could set you up with what you're looking for. Automatically, you'll get emails when new properties in your criteria come up. Let me know how I could give you some assistance. I got my Bruins shirt here. Hope the Bruins win tonight. Game 7, they were up 3-0 in their series and versus the Flyers, and not looking too good. I think they're running out of gas, but we'll see what happens. I mean, I feel as though I'm like a Red Sox fan prior to 2004 with the Bruins. I mean, they seem to always break my heart, and that's why I love the Bruins. I mean, I grew up Cam Neely. I mean, all these players, these awesome players, Rick Middleton, Barry Peterson. And it's just upsetting that we can't bring that, what the Celtics and the Patriots and the Red Sox have brought to Boston hockey. I mean, Boston's a hockey town. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm rooting for him, but cautiously optimistic. So, anyways, Greg Afarian out for now. Take care. Have a good weekend.